Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to show you the exact trendline strategy I use based on ToriTrade's framework combined with support and resistance. So this strategy focuses on identifying high probability breakouts, rejections, using simple market structure. No indicators, just trend lines, key levels and confirmations. Now, market moves in waves. Okay, when buyers control the market, price creates higher lows. When sellers control the market, price creates lower highs. So basically, the market either, if you can see here on my screen, it either moves up. Okay, sorry, it either moves up or down or in a range. That's it. So basically, to identify all this, you need to draw something called trend lines and support and resistance. So in order to do that, you have two tools you need to use here. The ray tool on TradingView and the horizontal line. That's it. Just let me delete this. Boom. Boom. Okay, now you're gonna ask, Ahmed, why do you use the ray tool? Well, it's basically the ray tool has point A, point B, and then it extends. So you want this to extend so you can see how future price action reacts to it and if it breaks it or not, because you're gonna trade based on breakouts or on bounces. I specifically trade based on breakouts because there is a high probability chance that my trade will succeed. Okay, now let's get to the charts and dig deeper into it and tell you how I draw my trend lines. So basically, first of all, you take it from the lowest wick here to the higher low, which is this one here. Okay, now you just need to adjust it a bit. Don't stress this out, just adjust it. It's easy. There we go. There you go. And then you need to draw another uptrend. From this point B, it becomes point A to the other recent low. Now you're gonna ask, why isn't my trend line crossing the candlesticks? So basically when it crosses the candlesticks, it's going to be invalidated and you're not gonna know your structure. Like you're gonna say, why didn't I draw it like this? Okay, it has about 3 touch points. Okay, like let's say here for example, okay, it has like 3 touch points, but already broke it, tested it and kept below it, stayed below it. That means this trend line is invalidated. So that's why I don't draw my trend lines crossing the candlestick. This is rule number 1. Now, rule number 2, you need to find as much trend lines as you can and draw as much trend lines as you can in your chart. So let's get to rule number 2. When you want to draw as much trend lines as you can on a specific time frame, you start with the highest time frame. Right now I'm on the monthly time frame. After that, you go to the weekly, daily, all the way to the time frame that you trade on. I specifically trade on the 4-hour, but you can trade on any time frame that you want. But, and this is a big but, you need to specifically do something called a top-down analysis. Because let's say, for example, you draw a trend line on a 5-minute chart, and this trend line actually respects the candles and it breaks down, and you say you want to take a short position, but your trade fails. Why? Because this trend line is not as strong enough as a trend line that you draw on a higher time frame. So that's why I use the top-down analysis. Okay, let's get back to the chart. So I drew these two uptrends. Now I look for any trend lines that I can draw here. I cannot draw any more trend lines. If I need to draw this trend line, this downtrend from here, it's gonna cross the candles, which is invalidated. Now let's go to a lower time frame, which is the weekly. Now I just adjust it a bit, okay, like this, and like this. There we go. Now I see if I can draw any other uptrends. Because, I cannot draw any other downtrends because it would be invalidated and price is basically going up. So let's click this. From point B, I take it to the recent low without crossing the candlesticks. Now you don't want to go steep because once you go steep, it's going to cross the candlesticks. I want to go there. See how it didn't cross the candlesticks? There you go. Now, I drew this uptrend. Can I draw another uptrend? Well, probably yes. If you want to try here, you can draw this one right here and just adjust it a bit. There you go. There you go. You've got 1, 2, 3 touch point trend line. It should be 2 plus touch points. Now here you can see a downtrend that I can draw here. I just saw this from this point to that point. There you go. Color it red so you can color code it and not confuse yourself. There you go. Now here you cannot see any other trend lines that you can draw. Now you go to the daily time frame. Now you just adjust it a bit. Don't get confused. You just adjust it a bit. And that's it. Boom. Just move it like this. Move this one. Move that. All right. Now, let's see this. If this is aligned, it is. Kind of. I just adjust it a bit. There you go. Now you've got your trend lines. Now you look for any other trend lines that you can draw. Now I can see another uptrend that I can draw from this point B to this recent low. I color it green. There you go. Now, do I see any other downtrend? Yes. From this point B, this one here, I draw another downtrend to this candlestick here. There you go. Now you've got your trend lines drawn. You go to the 4 hour. You just align it again, and that's it. There you go, boom. Just align it. There you go. Here. So, okay. Now, we are finished with the trend lines. I'm gonna stop here because I trade on the 4 hour, as I told you. What I do now is basically I go back to the monthly and start drawing support and resistance lines. So let me just, you can do here on TradingView, you can go there and just hide these trend lines like this. So you can draw your support and resistance correctly. You've got one here. You need to get as much touch points as you can. There you go. And don't really draw a lot of support and resistance that you don't currently need. So just draw it as closest to the price as possible. Got one there. As you can see, I'm also doing something called the top-down analysis that I told you about with the trend lines. You do it the same with the support and resistance. Now to the weekly. Here. Yeah, here is good. Now the daily. Daily is just, I need to align it a bit. There we go, add another one here. And that's it. Let me delete that. No need for this. Okay. Yeah, another one here. Just adjust this one. There you go. You have your support and resistance. Yep, and then you go to the 4 hour and see if you want to draw more, but I don't suggest you drawing a lot of lines because you need to keep it simple. Simplicity is the name of the game here. Now you turn on your trend lines. That's it. You're all good. Now, for the trades, what you do is like this one. Currently, the market is closed. So, what you do here is when you see a breakout from a downtrend or an uptrend like this one, you're watching a breakout here, you take a long. Boom, you place a long here. Okay. Now, for your stop loss and for your TP, you just let it run all the way to the next trend line. And for your stop loss, you draw something called the safety line from this point B all the way to here. Color it green or red if you're in a short. And your stop loss would be just below the trend line, the safety line. So let's say price goes like this. Boom, boom, boom. Price goes up and then, okay, just let me show it to you. Price go like up, up, up. It doesn't hit your TP, however, it goes down and then it crosses below this safety line. You close the trade. Of course, you take profits here and until the price crosses below your safety line, which is this one, you close your trade. That's how your trade gets invalidated. Same with you taking a short position. That's it, and you're good. So if you've got any questions, guys, just ask me in the chat and I'll answer accordingly. Thank you, guys.